Okay, serious question for all the Kamen Rider fans out there, because yes, I'm not like a massive Kamen Rider fan. Is this is this what Kamen Rider fans do during gatherings? I'm seriously curious. Like I even posted this on social media like, "Hey guys out there, is this what you guys do?" And I got mostly people saying, "Yes, this is what we do." And I'm all for it. Like the passion is there. I love it. I love this passion, this like love for what you're actually getting into. This just a bunch of dorks gathered around just playing the character and getting super into it. I just felt like it was more like, is this almost a playoff of like more Dragon Ball, that kind of stuff? I can see Dragon Ball fans when they get together, they got to do the power ups and everything, but I couldn't imagine Kamen Rider and people that like Kamen Rider, screaming really loud and getting all into it. Like Mitsuba and Ichio just like facing off against each other, and it's like roar, and then suddenly on over inside, Tojima's like roar. But then Yuriko doesn't get into it. So that kind of made me believe that this is just boys. It really does feel like boys, because like there's a side of me that's almost like, why isn't Yuriko getting into this? Why isn't Yuriko getting dorky like that? Technically, the entire series, Yuriko has been sort of a straight man character, the one that always like reacts to the goofiness of the others, even though she herself is technically a dork. I do think that could actually be a story beat later on, getting the idea that Yuriko herself will never unlock the full potential of Tackle until she actually gets into that. Until she just stops thinking about what's happening around her and just gets into that. But at the same time, she is willing to, again, strip it all down in front of people and not care because she's Tackle. And she's got to be Tackle. And she'll wear something that's very revealing because this is her battle armor. She's got to become Tackle and stand up on the stage. But it was dorky just watching these people just yell at each other and then just punch the crap at each other, take off the clothes, just go full crazy. I immediately was like, I got to clip this and post on social media. Is this you guys? Yes, that's us. Some were claiming that was more the Showa era, which I'm guessing that's, again, the time period of Showa in Japan, that time period of Kamen Riders. Maybe those fans are more into it. They're more, I guess, physical about their fandom or something like that. But it's goofy. I love this stuff. Again, like I said earlier, it's not really necessarily a shameness. It's almost an envious thing. Like you see how much people love something and you just want to get into it. That's what I think I enjoy so much about, Tojima's character and yeah, Ichio's character especially. These guys are so invested. And again, that's sort of what I think is the story beat of this series, is the idea of people that love something so much, they play it out and it manifests. It literally manifests. They're manifesting the powers because they're so into it. But there's always that, yes, back of my mind, that thought process of, some people being next door and watching them do this, and it looks like a bunch of idiots running into each other and punching each other without the effective powers around them. But anyways, that all said, episode 9 of the show, Tojima Wants to Be a Writer, episode 9 was pretty awesome. I think the most core aspect, aside from the jokes, aside from, Yukarisu and Mitsuba just being thirsty on each other, besides the jokes and everything, I think at the core of this episode is obviously Mitsuba himself sort of getting a rude awakening. And I do like this. I think what it's sort of setting up here is the episode opens up, you have, Tojima and Yukarisu, they fight, but then Mitsuba and Ichio step up. And at the core of their fight, it seems to be the idea that Ichio sort of reminding Mitsuba what it means to be Rider-Man. Because I think this entire series, it has been Mitsuba sort of wanting to overcome Ichio so that he can be V3. But then we established a few episodes ago that it seems like Mitsuba likes the idea of being Rider-Man now. He hated it initially, and even says in this episode again, I hate that. I wanted to be V3. I wanted to be Kamen Rider 2. I wanted to take that from my brother because it was my turn. I wanted to turn at it. So I had to prove to him. And Ichio said, prove it to me by beating me. And he couldn't beat him. So he trained himself to beat Ichio. And I think that's what Ichio is sort of trying to press upon Mitsuba as, yes, even though he is beating Ichio, he's countering everything. Every rider punch, counter. He's just taking his energy and just, redirecting it to throw him on the ground over and over again. And even get to the point where he's going to break his arm and everything, but Ichio never gives up because Ichio's not there to beat him. I think Ichio's trying to train him. He's trying to make him wake up to the idea that you're not being Rider-Man. You're not even being V3. You're beating me. Congratulations. But you're not being Rider-Man. I like that. I like that aspect of he's telling him, where's your rider? Like, show me your rider. You're not rider enough. And I like how Yuriko's over here like, wait, what is he talking about? Tojima's like, he doesn't have enough rider. What does he mean by not enough rider? He doesn't have enough rider. He's not the spirit of Rider Man. And I love that, again, just pressing upon him, and then Mitsuba eventually realizing, oh yeah, he's right. And they start screaming at each other. I love it. Just screaming at each other. I'm trying to get that rider in him. And he's like, again, ignore the fact that you're trying to beat your brother. That's not what it means to be Rider Man. That's not what it means to be V3. That's not what it means to be a Kamen Rider, is beating another Kamen Rider. It is becoming the Rider, becoming the hero they are. It's cool. Again, it's cheesy, yes, but I think there's a punch here. There's an actual punch here. There's a awakening for Mitsuba's character to finally realize that. And yes, finally be able to beat his brother. For the first time, finally able to actually beat down his brother. It was cool. I love it. And yes, technically the after thing with Yukarisu waking up. Did you beat him? Yes, I did. You suck it. He finally beat you. You suck it. It was cool. And then, yes, him acknowledging his brother for the first time. You are Rider. You are a Rider Man. So it's super cool. Great little moment for Mitsuba's character. But anyways, yes, the beginning of the episode was pretty funny. Opening it up with, yes, Tojima and Yukarisu fighting each other. And Can you transform? I want to be the cute me. No, you have to transform. Just Tojima just being kind of creepy. Like, it is creepy. Can we admit that it was creepy? No, you have to transform. He's just drooling. She's like, fine, then I'll transform. Oh, great. Now I get to punch a shocker. He just wants to punch a shocker so bad. And poor Yukarisu just walked right into it and takes a full-on rider punch, just completely knocks her out. It was dorky. But yes, Mitsuba resuscitating her, using the revival kiss. You've never been so forward before. Kiss me again. Punch. It's just like, get the hell out of here. I gotta set this pervy guy straight. Again, that was kind of the lead-in to the idea of Ichio realizing his brother isn't being Rider Man. And again, it's a dorky thing, but it technically makes sense that this Mitsuba's goal has never been seemingly to be Rider Man. He's been having a lack of focus in what he's actually doing there. But yeah, the ending of the episode, though, the hype. I have to admit, it feels like it has been forever since we've had some really good Yuriko moments. It was really around Yukarisu. Ever since Yukarisu's introduction, Yuriko has been sort of sidelined. Yes, she did have a little moment with, the introduction of Ichio and the fact that she stepped forward and she just, again, had to rip down everything and transform back right in front of everybody, and it messes up Ichio. But for the most part, Yuriko has been so sidelined. Just besides, every now and then popping up to have like a straight man comment with like, Tojima geeking out about wanting to hear the next story from Mitsuba or something like that. And her being like, okay, chill out. I don't want to, hurry up the story or whatever. We're fighting right now. We haven't really had some cool Yuriko moments. So I'm actually really, really excited to see the fight between Tojima and Yuriko. But my predictions, I think she's going to lose. They're just really kind of playing up Tojima right now as being like the one. And I don't really necessarily see something coming from a Yuriko versus Mitsuba fight. I think it's really going to come down to Mitsuba versus Tojima. And that's going to be like the pinnacle fight. I don't know, they might actually get interrupted. Because again, they have this introduction of this shocker, the combatant, that's supposed to come see them. And potentially she can come and interrupt the whole situation at some point. Come in to come find Yukarisu, bumping in them having a big epic battle at Ichio's house. Either way, I don't necessarily see Yuriko winning. And I think that could come down to what I was saying earlier, sort of seeing that Yuriko herself isn't investing enough. Despite the fact that she thinks it's dorky, they're all being like ramped up and acting dorky. That's technically the spirit that she doesn't quite have yet. She's technically she's very, compared to the rest of them, she's pretty normal. Like, she's normal. She has a job being a teacher. She acts normal outside of all this stuff. It's only when she transforms and get in there that she does act what people would think as being goofy. But most of the time, she's kind of normal. So maybe this will be the wake-up call for her. We'll have to see. Oh, yeah. Forgot Mitsuba transforming. She just puts the helmet on, takes the clothes off, and Yuriko's over there just drooling, looking at this chiseled body and everything like that, while Yukarisu's over here out. It was great. But overall, yeah, really fantastic episode. I think I got everything. Looking forward to the next episode. Like I said, really hyped for some Yuriko moments. she's been too sidelined up until this point. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, hit the like button down below. If you like this content and you want to support the channel, become a member. Until next time, y'all take care.